this time last year, Mrs Metcalfe came into the assemblies, you'll remember, and she told everybody about the NSPCC. Now, many of you would have heard of that charity already, but some of you wouldn't have heard of that charity. And she told you how she had this idea, this vision, that we in this school would be able to raise enough money to fund 2 childline counsellors. And it's such a special project because we're the first school, and the only school in the country, to have embarked on this project. And I'm very, very pleased to say that we have raised that money, and you can see, hopefully, on the balloons, just how much money we have raised. £3,200. So I'd just like to give a round of applause to everybody who actually raised that money. You all helped. We had tournaments, sports tournaments, raffles, quizzes, competitions, all kinds of things, tea parties, and we managed to raise the money. We're very, very proud of what the students, you as a school body, has done to support this charity.
I don't normally get a chance to actually sign anything quite as large as that. And what we wanted to be able to do, just to make sure that actually when you go to the bank, there's the smaller, more traditional one that's actually got the signatures on as well. Miss Hutchinson's already said how proud she is of you. You know what I think of you. And that when they actually gave us the challenge, do you think this is something your students could do? We said yes. We knew that you could do it. And actually, they said, could you do it for 1 counsellor? And by the time they finished speaking to me, we were so excited about this project. We'll do 2, because that's what we're like. 1's never good enough, we're going to give it, and you rose to the challenge. And for that, I'm truly, truly grateful. But not as
we come from families where generally you're well looked after. Then something like Childline, the work the NSPCC do, is something you may watch in TV dramas or you may hear about. But some families aren't safe places for our children, and it's something that we in the NSPCC want to change. And the only way we can change is by working together and relying on the generous support of our friends and our supporters, and in particular of the children and young people that help raise money. Childline is really a service for children themselves, and we spent a long time when we set up the service and when we look at the service regularly to find out what works for Childline. Is that a lot of children who ring Childline are your age, they're over 11. They tend to ring us around certain things. They ring us to talk about family relationships, things aren't going well at home. They ring to talk about bullying that might be happening, often in schools, but also in clubs or on the streets. They ring to talk to us about bullying. They ring to tell us then about abuse that they may be facing. Not all of them, but some of them may be facing what they describe and what we agree is abuse. Sometimes some of the abuse can be very difficult. It can be about sexual nature. We get a lot of calls from young people who feel that they're being forced to do things sexually that they don't want to, and they're not able to say no. They also want to know, some children ring us because they just want to know sort of basic facts of life, where to go for advice and stuff. And the unique thing about Childline, that although adults work in Childline, these adults are not like your parents, they're not like your teachers. They don't tell you what to do, the Childline counsellors. The Childline counsellors are quite unique adults, as my son keeps telling me. They don't tell children what to do. What they do is listen. They listen very hard. I realised as soon as I moved in there and walked into the entrance that this was a really special school, because the pupils actually did care about each other, about themselves, and about other children that they may not know who do need to contact places like Childline. So thank you very much. You should be very proud, and we really appreciate your time and your generosity.